Students with cell phones, iPods, or laptops are a pretty common sight in this digital age.
I do use my laptop, but I never take notes on it. I just write down my notes. And cell phone, I do text once in a while. Some people that just want to get together or whatever.
I pretty much do it every day. I mean, it kind of gets distracting a little bit when I'm actually trying to pay attention, but it's really nice when you're really bored.
But how do professors feel about these distractions in the learning environment?
Journalism and communication students at some point have to learn how to take notes and how to be good listeners. You don't take your laptop in, but the CEO calls you in and tells you what he wants you to do that night.
Classroom rule: no cell phones seen or heard. Reason for this rule: successful professionals are discreet cell phone users.
But not everyone thinks that students having electronic devices in the classroom is necessarily a bad thing.
You know, I think there's a place for them in the classroom, and it's just a matter of self-control. You know, students being able to control themselves and professors being reasonable about it. So, you know, I'm conflicted, I guess. My attitude is that you're in college and you're an adult and you choose whether or not you want to pay attention.
Still, before you decide to tweet in class, take some time to think about how you'd feel if the shoe were on the other foot.
How would it be if I were just to toss the ball while I'm giving a lecture? You see, that would be distraction. No one would get anything out of class.
For Bobcat Update, I'm Christopher Sells.
Siéntete completamente satisfecha. Yoplait tiene ese delicioso sabor y esa textura cremosita que tanto te encanta. Y es el único yogur de las marcas líder que tiene vitamina D en cada vasito, para ayudar a que tu cuerpo absorba el calcio que tanto necesita. Siéntete satisfecha con el sabor que quieras.
Mira, mi amor, te compré un cereal que puede ayudar a bajar el colesterol. Tiene fibra soluble de avena integral.
Ay, amor, es que no me gusta lo saludable, no sabe a nada.
Ya sé, por eso te traje cereal Honey Nut Cheerios. Tiene un rico sabor a miel.
Uy, qué rico.
Disfruta de un cereal delicioso que puede ayudar a bajar el colesterol. Honey Nut Cheerios. Vivir sano es vivir feliz.
The Sisters of the Incarnate Word in Corpus Christi, they're Spurs fanatics. One of our parents found out how much they love the Spurs. He owns the suite, has season tickets to the suite, and he offered the tickets to the sisters, and they gladly accepted the tickets.
Catherine, Allie's mom, came to me the other day and she said, "I hear you're a Spurs fan." I said, "Yes." And she said, "Would you like to go to a Spurs game?" And I said, "Wow."
Our 6-year-old is with Sister Elizabeth, and we just asked her if she would like to use the suite for a Spurs game and invite some of her fellow sisters. And she said, "Oh man, you know, I mean, these nuns, they love Jesus first, but they love the Spurs second." They literally say a prayer before every Spurs game.
You know how you talk about the Hail Mary pass? Well, there's going to be a Hail Mary dunk. And every time they dunk, we're going to say Hail Mary.
We have a corner in my classroom that's devoted to the Spurs. And the kids know that I'm a Spurs fan, and so whenever they come to games and things like that, they bring things for the wall.
Coach Popovich really instills values in them. I think he's a man of integrity, and I think he cares about each one of them and tries to build them up to be good people in society.
So I hope that especially the young people, I hope they see that and they see what good sportsmanship is and teamwork and just plain old good slam.
It's so different from watching it on television. I follow all the Spurs games, but it's such a totally different experience to see them down there and actually so near and play.
Recently acquired Steven Jackson took time away from the court to visit SeaWorld with Team Up Challenge students from Hobby Middle School's Club World.
I think the kids' favorite part of the day is, being able to touch the sea lion and being able to communicate with Steven and ask him questions and to realize, he's just like one of them and he has, experienced things around the world and to be interested in the language like, a lot of these kids speak and trying to teach him. I think that was neat for them to be like, wow, this guy's taking time and interest in us.
To meet all these kids and different nationalities is great. This just also feels great to get back in the city and be back with the team, so this is a great way to start it off for me.
Club World is a club with students from America and from different countries that we're very fortunate to have at Hobby, and we have about 20 different languages spoken.
We do the word of the day every morning. We have people come and say what it means, and then on the morning announcements that we do every day, they say that today's word is Salam Alaikum. It means hi in Arabic, and then they say where Arabic is spoken.
I've been around and played on a lot of teams, but I think, like you said, this is one of the only organizations that gets it right. That takes the time, do the right things in the community, and dedicate the time to the right people.
The support from Silver and Black Give Back has been awesome because without that we wouldn't have been able to start this club to be able to help our school. Even though they've had these different kids from all over, I don't think many of the other students had realized how much diversity we have, and so we're very appreciative.
Club World meant to me is, of course, having fun learning other people's culture, but it's really great because I never had this chance to learn about others' culture.
No matter where you come from, doesn't matter what religion, what language you speak, what country you're from, we all can work together, just like the Spurs do with, as a team with Manu and Tony and all of them, being able to give back to each other to be successful.
The only way you can really get a chance to show somebody you care is to know them and spend time with them. And I think that's a great job that these kids are spending time with each other from different countries and getting a chance to learn each other. It's a great thing.
Shamika, great to have you here with the Silver Stars. How are you liking San Antonio?
So far, I love it. It's a very warm place, literally, and the people in the city is just really, really warm. So I mean, it's great because coming off of an injury, a little bit depressed, and it's so good to come to a place where the fans are great, the organization is great, and I'm loving it.
As a free agent, you could have gone absolutely anywhere. Why'd you choose here?
I chose here for a few reasons. I mean, I've heard great things about San Antonio since I can remember. I guess, well, when Coach Vicki Johnson first came here, she played with me in New York, and she told me how great it was in San Antonio. And then Becky came, so of course she was telling me as well. And actually, when I heard about the trade with New York to Chicago, I begged my agent. I was like, try to get me to San Antonio, try to get me to San Antonio. San Antonio tried to get me, but it didn't work out. But I'm here now. It's a place where I always wanted to be. Again, it's a great organization. They have a winning culture. The people are great, and I'm glad to be reconnected with Becky and Coach BJ.
That's right. You played that New York connection with them, right? And you've seen a development of Becky's game. Have you not? I know she had to do so much scoring in New York, but she can be more of a distributor as well as a scorer now.
Yeah, I mean, Becky is just phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if there's really a lot of words that I could use to describe how great she really is. I mean, she's such a great asset to anybody's team, anybody's friendship. I mean, she's just a great all-around player in person. And, I've seen her in pretty much every single role possible that, she's excelled. So I'm very happy for her, and I'm glad, to be playing with her again.
Free agency versus being traded. The free agency, you have a choice where you want to go. What was it like being traded, and how did you react to that?
I was devastated. I mean, this is actually the first time I've ever talked about it. I didn't even want to talk about it when I got traded. But, I'm not even gonna lie, I was devastated. I wanted to stay in New York, and then on top of that, if I could not stay in New York, then I wanted to come to San Antonio. And it didn't work out. I was the only one out of that whole trade that did not have a say-so of where I wanted to go. Candace Dupree wanted to go one place, Cappy Pondexter wanted to go to another, but I just kind of had to go wherever I was told to go. So honestly, I was devastated, and I think my only regret about it was, Chicago. I don't know if that was kind of like a fair situation for them, because I mean, I went there and I got injured. Not that I did it on purpose, it happened, but I just don't think that I got to show Chicago who I really am.
talk about the injury and how you're feeling now.
Oh, well, my injury, I tore cartilage in my knee, and so they had to microfracture my knee. And I've been told, like, that's like the worst injury you could possibly have because you cannot, you know, put any weight on it. I was on crutches for 2 months after my surgery, and then I had to start rehabbing. I wasn't allowed to return to basketball until April of 2012, which was a few months ago. So, you know, for me, it was really, really tough physically because, you know, just trying to get back into shape, you know, game shape, trying to, you know, run with these elite athletes that we have in the WNBA. It's been a challenge for me, but, you know, I'm working really hard. I have a great support staff as far as the San Antonio Silver Star. Everybody supports me, so that really, really helps. You know, but for me, it's a little frustrating because I know where I was before my injuries, and I kind of just want to be there right then and there, and I have to be really, really patient.
Wish you the best this season. Thanks so much. You bet.
Thank you.
Shamika Kristen, San Antonio Silver Stars. When we come back, Brenda Van Langen rejoins me. Highlights and stats from that first half of play. Stay with us here on Fox Sports Southwest.